What's going on, everyone? This is Lucas here with Sky Ready RC, and today we got a video for you about the Cobra SLX EVO 5-inch racing frame. We're going to show you how to build this, put it together, go through some of the features, and also show you the completed version. This is my personal race build, one of them. This has the Desert Tan TPU option. So we offer 12 colors of TPU on the site, and I'll also leave a link down below on where to go to check out more information about this frame and how you can buy it. So this is the SLX EVO. Once again, it's a 5-inch racing frame, and some of the features that set it apart from previous versions are, number one, it comes with some chamfered arms here. These are very nice, provides a nice, smooth, slick finish, and it still retains the original CLS plate or channel lock system that the Cobra came with. So one arm screw removal there. Very, very nice, very easy to replace arms, very quick to assemble, and we'll show you that here in just a second. And another change that the EVO has undergone is it has countersunk bottom plate screws there. So the whole bottom plate is absolutely flush. There's nothing sticking out of the bottom plate. Very nice design there. And it retains the mid plate design of the original Cobra frame. However, it elongates the mid plate all the way to the front and rear standoff. So even more rigid than the previous version. It's absolutely unbendable there. So it's just absolutely a pleasure to fly. It tunes great. It's ultra durable and easy to work on, like I said. And you build this frame with 8 screws. So there's 4 top plate screws and 4 bottom plate screws. So we'll kind of show you how we go into the build, give you some tips on the build process. Let's get started. All right, so let's go ahead and get this guy out of the way. So the frame comes with everything you see here. You get your 4 5mm thick arms, and these are chamfered for that nice finished look and feel. And then you get a top plate, mid plate, and a bottom plate. You also get the 2 aluminum CLS plates, and CLS stands for channel locking system. So again, the arm slides in to the CLS plate like that, locks in place into that channel. And then we also get 4 25mm long standoffs. And this frame is very easy to assemble, very quick, only 8 screws. So it comes with 4 3x10mm screws, and then 4 3x18mm countersunk screws for the bottom plate. And then these are all 12-9 grade steel, so the best that you can get, the most durable screws that you can put on a frame. And then we also get our TPU package here. We get the front camera mount and integrated antenna mount. So this is designed to mate up like that, and so it gives it a nice finished look. And it's designed for the antenna tubes to go in on either one of those sides there. And even if you're not using the traditional monopole antennas, so you're using something like Crossfire or Tracer, which has the T antenna, it's still recommended to use this piece because this takes up all the space on the 25mm standoff there. So again, even if you're not using the regular monopole antennas, still use that piece. And then we also get the video antenna mount. This is cool because it has a little cutout here, little oval cutout, and it is designed for the Axi micro antenna. So what you do is you slide that in there like that, and you go in at an angle, okay? Push that in just like that. And so it keeps retention on the antenna, and it still allows you to remove the antenna when you need to for servicing or anything like that. So again, it's designed for the Axi micro antenna. Very, very lightweight, very cool design there. So you can get that in and out easily without it popping out in a crash or anything like that. And then the last part of the TPU package is the Rhino Fin. So this mounts directly to the top plate with the existing 2 screws right there. And then it also comes with a zip tie. Not needed, not necessary, but you can, if you want to, put that zip tie through those 2 slots there. And it's kind of just some extra security for your Rhino fin. So that's everything that comes in the package. Let's get started on the build. The only thing you need for this build is a 2mm Allen driver, some thread lock, and I like to use some motor cleaner, electric motor cleaner, to kind of just spray off the screws, because the screws do come with some leftover machine oil on them. So what I like to do is just take each one and give it a quick spray, and then I like to turn the screw in a paper towel, and you can see the machine oil that comes off there. So this just allows the thread lock to do its job better. And I like to do that with all the screws before I assemble the frame. Alright, so once we have all the screws cleaned off, first step is to take one of the 3x18mm countersunk screws, take one of the arms and one of the CLS plates, and then install the arm into the CLS plate just like that. So these are designed for a tight fit. If you have any issues getting yours fitted in place, a tip I like to use is you can slide the arm in at an angle like that and then press down, versus just sliding the arm in just like that. So again, if they're tight, you can try this tip here. So angle the arm just like that and place it into the channel lock system. Alright, so take our other arm, put it in place, and we want to take the bottom plate, and again, the bottom plate, all the plates for that matter, have a indicator arrow. That arrow is pointing towards the front of the frame, so keep that in mind when you install your frame. So we'll go ahead and place that onto our first arm assembly. And again, the bottom plate screw holes are countersunk, so keep that in mind as well. We don't want to reverse that. We want the countersunk part of the bottom plate facing down. And we'll take our 3x18mm screw and we'll just get it started. What I like to do after I get it started is I place a drop of thread lock onto the threads in the CLS plate just like that. And I get that started just above the CLS plate, and then I'll take the other screw and get that one started as well. So same process, just a drop of thread lock on the aluminum threads. And just get it started. Want it to look about like that. And then we'll take our mid plate, and again, using the indicator arrow there, that is the front of the frame, so we'll match that up with the bottom plate indicator arrow, as you can see. And then we'll go ahead and place that mid plate on top of our assembly just like that. So once we have our mid plate in place, then we can go ahead and finish installing the countersunk screws. And we don't want to crank these down just yet because we have to put our second arm assembly in the other end here. So we'll set that aside for just a second and we'll do the same process over again. So we'll install our arm into the CLS plate, left arm and the right arm. And then we can slide that assembly into the front end here. And see, us not screwing down those screws all the way yet allows us that much more room to slide in the assembly just like that. So line it up with the notch and you'll hear it click into place just like that. And before tightening everything, you just want to make sure you're flush with the carbon bottom plate just like that. You don't want any gap there. If you have a gap there, that means the frame is not all the way down, so just keep that in mind as well. Then we'll take our other two countersunk screws for the bottom plate and get them started the same way. And I've already put a little drop of thread lock in this plate, so we're good to go there. And again, when I do any kind of 4-pattern screw like this, I like to go in a crisscross pattern. It allows the parts to seat more evenly. So I'll go from one corner to the other corner, and then across, and then to the other corner. And then I'll give them a final tighten. Just like that. So just that assembly right there is extremely rigid. It is virtually untwistable. Okay, the frame is not even complete yet, and it's just very, very solid, very, very durable. So the next step, we'll take our 25mm standoffs and install them on the remaining threads. Just like so. So if you guys want, you can take just a pair of pliers and get those tightened all the way down. Doesn't take much. You just want to feel a little bit of resistance. And make sure they're not loose at all. Alright, so once we have that done, again, we'll come back to the indicator arrows here. So this is indicating that this is the front of the frame. And then we will take our Tpu antenna mount here. That goes on first on the front part of the frame, on the front standoffs. And then the camera mount goes right above that. And again, this is designed to be a press fit there when the top plate is on. So the top plate puts a little bit of pressure on that camera mount. It makes everything tight down in here and doesn't allow anything to move. Alright, so next we'll take our antenna assembly here and we'll slide it down over the rear standoffs, and we want to just make sure that's flush with the top. We don't want it any lower than flush. It'll allow all your electronics to fit better if it's all the way up on the standoffs there. And then the last step, we'll take our top plate, and again, we'll notice the indicator arrow on the top plate that is pointing towards the front of the frame. And then this is optional. If you guys don't want to install this, you don't have to, but this helps turtle mode when you guys are upside down and allows you to flip over better, so I always like to use it on my builds. So we'll take our 3x10mm top plate screws and just get them started in the TPU there. And I like to go just below flush like that with a couple threads showing. And what that will do, it'll hold it in place. And then we can drop it in on the top of the frame there and finish the assembly with our last two 3x10mm screws. And we can go ahead and crank these all the way down. Alright, so that'll do it for this build video, guys. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you in the next one.